Hi guys, welcome back to Inno Thinks. You know which movie I brought to you today? It's none other than Season of the Witch, a high-quality film released in 2011. Many of you might have already watched it. But if you haven't seen it, until now, let me tell you, you've missed out on a great film in your life. This movie is incredibly unique. Since the story begins right from the start, the director wastes no time diving deep into the plot. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit that like button. The movie is set in the year 1235. At that time, people were genuinely terrified of witches. If anyone was even suspected of being a witch, they would immediately be caught and hanged. In one scene, we see 3 girls being dragged away to be executed. Everyone around believes they are witches. 2 of the girls are crying, begging for mercy, saying, "Leave us alone. We're not witches. You've misunderstood us." Yes. Then the 3 girls are brought to sit on a bridge. A priest nearby is performing a ritual, holding the Book of Solomon, a sacred and powerful book, tells the girls, "If you're not witches, I will forgive you." The first girl steps up and says, "I'm not a witch." But at the same time, she starts reciting some chants, mantras that only witches would know. So, what does that prove? She claims she wasn't a witch, but performed a witch's ritual. The second girl also insists, "I'm not a witch." She says she only helped a witch, but she herself is not one. She's telling the truth, but does that make her innocent? Then comes the third girl. She's more mysterious. All their eyes are closely observed, and in one of them, something is clearly different. That's when you realize these girls are probably actual witches, and now it's too late. The priest gets furious and shouts, "You will surely go to hell and suffer eternal punishment." As soon as he finishes, the girls confess. The 2 of them begin to cry uncontrollably. "You said you'd let us go if we told the truth," they plead. "Yes," says the priest. "I forgive your souls, but I cannot forgive your actions." With that, the girls are pushed off the bridge. Their necks snap upon impact, and they die a brutal death. Their lifeless bodies fall into a pool of water. After the execution, the soldiers begin to leave. But the priest stops them and asks, "Where are you going? We need to complete the ritual mentioned in the Book of Solomon. Only then will the witchcraft be fully contained." But the soldiers dismiss him. He pushed them from the top. They're dead. Their necks are broken. Why go through all this unnecessary work? Frustrated, the priest shouts at them in anger. Then, determined to do it properly, he starts the ritual alone, pulling the bodies toward him, ready to face whatever comes next. So, begins to carry the body of one of the girls. As he starts chanting the mantra, something shocking happens. The dead body begins to shake. Despite that, he completes the chant over the first body. Then Inno steps in to pull the next corpse. This is the body of the real witch. He drags it out and starts chanting over it. But suddenly, something horrifying begins to emerge from her mouth like a serpent. Mutha's entire body trembles in fear. Somehow he manages to cast a spell and subdue the witch's corpse. But when he tries to move the last woman's body, he finds himself unable to pull it. It's as if the body has an immense force resisting him. Despite all his strength, he fails and falls into the water. Terrified, he scrambles out and quickly starts reciting the spell from the Book of Solomon to protect himself. But it's too late. The witch rises from the water.
Ow!
She uses her powers to burn the sacred book, destroying it instantly. And in a horrifying turn of events, the priest is hanged, just like the others were, and is brutally killed. Scene transitions to the year 1332, almost 100 years later. Strange and dark things are happening again. This time, witches are drawn to places where war is raging. Many soldiers arrive at a battleground, searching for one particular soldier. That man is our hero. His name is Bayman. Right beside him is his close friend Felson, another fearless warrior. Before the battle, the 2 of them start joking about how many enemies they've killed so far, competing playfully. But once the fighting begins, there's nothing funny about it. Both fight with terrifying force. Together, they are an unstoppable storm, brutally defeating every enemy that comes their way. As time passes, they continue fighting in battle after battle. Whether it's pouring rain or blazing sun, they never back down. They've spent nearly half their lives on the battlefield. One day, they march into yet another war-torn city. They storm through its gates, crushing everything in their path. But as they move deeper into the city, they find it completely dark and silent. Suddenly, they discover a horrifying scene. Civilians, not soldiers, have been slaughtered. Among the bodies is a young woman who looks like just an ordinary girl. Our hero is shaken to his core. His friend witnesses it too. They both see that innocent people, not warriors, have been murdered. Outraged, our hero confronts his leader. We were ordered to kill them, but they weren't fighters. They were just innocent people. Why did you command this? The leader coldly replies, God himself ordered me to kill them all. That answer changes everything. Bayman, disgusted, decides enough is enough. I don't care what God you're talking about. Don't ever call us to war again. He and Felsen turn their backs on the army. We are no longer under your command, they declare, walking away from the violence and bloodshed for good. Whatever Cho says, don't call us to war anymore. With that, Bayman and his friend Felsen leave, declaring, we are no longer under your control. They walk away from the battlefield with no idea where they're headed next. But they decide to travel far to get away from the bloodshed and pain. So they set off crossing forests, mountains, and rivers, journeying across great distances. After traveling for a long time, they come across a small house standing alone in the middle of nowhere. Curious, they decide to check it out. As they step inside, they call out several times, hoping someone is home, but no one responds. The place feels eerily silent. When our hero checks one of the rooms, he discovers a horrifying sight. The people inside have died, but not from violence. It looks like they were killed by some terrible disease. Seeing this, the two warriors realize the couple must have passed away alone. To honor them, they pretend to perform a funeral ritual. They cast a protective spell over the house and then continue their journey. As they travel further, they spot a large palace in the distance. Around it, the sky is filled with the ominous sound of crows cawing. Felsen looks uneasy. Let's not go there, he warns. Feels cursed. We might end up dead. But, Bayman replies calmly, our horses run out of food. We have no choice but to go see what's there. So despite the warning signs, they enter the town. Right away, they notice the people are terrified. Everyone is praying to God, asking for protection. A strange flag hangs around the city, supposedly shielding them from the plague. Our hero is confused and approaches a local man to ask what's going on. You're new here, aren't you? The man replies. A deadly disease is spreading. Out of every 100 people, 80 are dying. My wife died, and my daughter vanished without a trace. Soon, the guards notice Bayman and Felsen. Suspicious of them, one of the guards, a soldier named Johan, questions their presence. When asked why they've come, Bayman calmly says our horse has no food. We only came to buy supplies. But the soldier doesn't believe them and sends them away for further inspection. While they're purchasing items for the horse, a young boy tries to help them load their cart. Suddenly, Bayman's sword accidentally falls. As he bends down to pick it up, he notices something alarming. A statue turns and reveals a symbol, identifying him as part of a once powerful military force. Realizing this could expose them, Bayman quickly hides the sword and tells Felsen, let's grab everything and leave now, but it's too late. A group of soldiers surrounds them. Bayman and Felsen try to fight back and they fight. Well, the soldiers overpower them. Realizing they're trapped, Bayman finally agrees. All right, we surrender. They are arrested and taken to a church. Inside, a priest examines their clothes and recognizes Bayman's rank. The priest says, you were once one of us, and instructs that he be taken elsewhere to the church's inner quarters. Inside, they meet a high-ranking priest who appears to be in very poor condition. The plague has taken a toll on him. 2. Disease is spreading rapidly, and even the holy are not safe. The priest explains that the cause of this deadly disease spreading throughout the land is a cruel witch. We've already captured her and locked her in prison, says the high priest. But we need your help. We must take her to a sacred monastery not far from here. The monks there believe that only the ancient rituals from the Book of Solomon can break the curse she's cast. If not, this plague will destroy everything. That monastery holds a preserved copy of the Book of Solomon, the only book powerful enough to counter the witch's dark spell. Without it, all hope may be lost. Hearing this, our hero questions, why do you need us for that? The high priest responds firmly, because I know who you are. You're a great warrior, Bayman, and the man by your side, Felsen, is known across lands. You fought many battles together, side by side with unmatched courage. That's why we need your help. He adds, if you agree to help us, you will both be set free. But if you refuse, you'll remain imprisoned. Bayman isn't one to be threatened. So you expect me to serve the church again? Just like that? He replies. The next moment, both Bayman and Felsen are thrown into the prison. Cell sits the witch they spoke of, a young girl with sad, wounded eyes. She looks at them not with anger, but with pain and silence. There's something about her that doesn't seem evil at all. Felsen, ever the joker, shows up at Bayman's cell and mocks him playfully. Didn't you say you'd never serve the church again? He laughs. Look where you are now, Bayman chuckles. But deep down, he isn't bothered about the jail. He's more disturbed by what he just saw. That night, strange noises echo through the prison. Bayman hears the witch crying out in pain. He looks across his cell to see her chained and beaten. Her face is full of sorrow, not malice. Doesn't look like a witch. It looks like a young girl wrongly accused. Deep inside, Bayman starts to feel sympathy for her. Determined to uncover the truth, Bayman goes to the priest and agrees to take the girl to the monastery. But he makes one clear condition. Promise me that no harm will come to her on the journey. The priest agrees. Now they must plan there. Route? Looking at the map, they ask for guidance to the monastery. That's when they remember a soldier they had encountered earlier in the town, the same one who had questioned them. He joins the group, agreeing to lead them. About him seems suspicious. Meanwhile, they continue searching for the safest path. But Bayman still isn't fully convinced about the mission. As they question who has ever been to the monastery before, someone nearby makes a crude joke, behaving inappropriately even. During such a serious moment, further adding to Bayman's unease, if you've already seen him, they've put him in jail. His name is Hegamar. He was arrested because he had been deceiving a lot of people. So our hero approaches him and says, if you help us and take us to that monastery, there's a chance. You'll be freed. Rather than die here in prison, you might as well take a chance there. Hegamar agrees and says, all right, let's go. With that, the next stage of the journey begins. They prepare to take the girl, the one believed to be a witch, along with them. She's already been sedated with something to keep her calm. When the priest comes near to check on her, she suddenly lashes out and attacks him. Thankfully, our hero and his friend quickly intervene and restrain her. They manage to tie her down and place her in a special cart meant for transporting her safely. At the same time, the high priest Kamicha is gravely ill and not expected to live much longer. As the group departs with the girl, one of the soldiers turns to the priest and asks, how can you be so sure this girl is a witch? The priest replies, when she arrived in town, she kept mumbling strange things, and soon after, the disease began to spread. Everywhere she went, the sickness followed. That's why we believe she brought the plague with her. She must be a witch. But the soldier questions this, saying, if that's true, then the disease should have only spread to this town. But even our village, far from here, is infected now. It's just looking at her. How can you say she's the cause? Well, our hero Bayman and his friend Felson are walking at the rear of the group when they sense someone following them. They quickly set up a small trap to catch the stranger. To their surprise, it turns out to be a young boy. Not knowing his intent, Bayman stabs him in the neck out of caution, then immediately demands, who are you? The boy quickly replies, my name is Kay, I'm the son of a soldier. I know who you are, I've heard stories about you. Why I came? I want to join your journey. I can help you. Bayman tells him, no matter what you say, you don't belong in this. It's too dangerous. But the boy insists, even if the path is dangerous, I'll still come. I'll prove myself. Felson isn't convinced, steps forward and says, then prove it. You want to travel with us? Pass this test first. Kay is clearly nervous, but when Karen steps forward and speaks to him, he gains some confidence. She says, if you've got the courage, you can come along. Encouraged by her support, Kay stands tall and prepares to face whatever test is ahead. Even when Belson comes to attack, the boy stands up and handles the situation well. But our friend is the greatest warrior. He has so much experience. That's why he easily defeats the boy and locks him up. Later, our hero tells the boy, all right, you can come with us from now on. Night falls, and they stop to rest at a spot along the road. While everyone is resting, our hero brings food to the girl. She accepts it and says, you are very good people. Then, turning to her, our hero asks, did that priest hurt you so badly? She replies, yes, he's a very cruel man, and it's not just me. Anyone they accuse of being a witch is hanged like this. A few days ago, an innocent girl was killed the same way. If she had been a real witch, she could have escaped. But she died all because they called her a witch. And now they're doing the same thing to me. He responds, don't talk like you're going to die soon. Nothing will happen to you. I'll take responsibility for your safety. After this, our hero returns to where the others are resting, like a camp set up beside the road. That same priest is nearby and approaches him, saying, I saw you talking to that witch. Listen to me carefully. She cannot be trusted. She'll mess with your mind, and eventually she'll bring danger to all of you. But our hero doesn't fully believe him. He stays quiet. The group prepares to sleep for the night. Still they keep a guard near the girl to ensure she doesn't run away. That soldier from earlier is assigned to guard her first. Soon, the priest comes to take his turn at watching her. As soon as the girl sees him, she panics and says, "I don't want him near me. Don't leave him with me. I'm scared." She starts screaming loudly. The soldier, hearing the commotion, thinks the girl is trying to escape. He grabs her by the neck and pulls at a rope with a forked hook. The priest rushes in as if to help and places a large cross symbol in the soldier's hand. Suddenly, the soldier begins screaming in pain. The noise is loud enough that our hero and his friend Carton immediately rush over. When they arrive, they see the priest's hand bleeding and the girl missing from her place. They're shocked and begin searching the entire area. The surroundings resemble a deserted village. They search every corner, hoping to find her. Suddenly, they spot a girl running in the distance. They chase her immediately, but when they catch up, they realize it's not her. Next, they reach an area with trenches, a maze-like place. It seems like she could be hiding in there, so the group decides to split up and search separately. That boy, Kay, is also helping. He and one of the soldiers pair up and begin searching, deeper into the maze. So, even if that Belchin comes and attacks, this guy comes and deals with it well. But our friend is the greatest warrior. Doesn't he have a lot of experience? That's why he beat that little boy and locked him up, okay? Our hero comes and stops. He stops like that and says, "Okay, you can come anywhere." Then it's night. They are stopping at a place on their way. Even then, our hero came to give her food, so she bought food from our hero and ate it, saying, "You are very good people." Then, turning to the side, our hero immediately came and asked, "Did that priest hurt you so much?" Yes, he is a very bad person. Not only that, but they'll come and hang anyone who isn't a witch like this. This is how an innocent girl died a few days ago. If she was a witch, she would have escaped somehow, but she died. All she got was a name that belonged to a witch. That's what they do to me too. Don't say it like you're going to die soon. But no matter what our hero says, nothing will happen to you. He said it as if he was responsible for it. Then our hero comes to where everyone else is resting. I mean, it's like a camper right next to it. So is that priest there or not? What does he say?
Look here.
I think you're talking to that witch. But please understand that I am saying the same thing. She's the only one who doesn't trust me. She will make your mind collapse. Besides, she will put you in danger. That's what we're saying, but it's not like our hero really believes this. So everything is like this. Now they're going to sleep for the night. But before that, everyone must protect this witch. Why shouldn't this guy just run away? That's why this soldier was there first, so this priest will come as soon as his time is up. As soon as the priest saw it, the witch said, "I don't want him. Don't leave him with me. I'm scared." So she started screaming. When Soldier Mila saw this, he thought that the witch was going to go next door, but he grabbed her by the neck, pulling the string with a fork. Seeing this, the priest came over to him as if he could help him. He took the cross symbol he had with him and placed it in his hand. So he also screamed terribly, and this sound was heard by our hero and that friend Carton. They immediately rushed to the spot and started looking. Partha is crying out as this priest's hand is stabbed. You will see that girl inside. It's like she ran away. They're going to be shocked to see this. They immediately start searching everywhere in the surrounding area. It looks like a village in that place. So look for that girl right here, Parupa. While searching, a girl ran away. They're just like that. They're coming and catching up. Quickly. It's not her, you see. Immediately next is a trench-like area. There's a small maze in that place. He must have been hiding inside this. So let's split up and start searching. Isn't that gay guy there too? That guy and the soldier are looking for each other. Then they see a lot of horrible graves. Wouldn't that soldier be there without that? His daughter must have come and disappeared. That girl's voice is heard. Because of this person is just a little distracted in their mind. His daughter was looking towards the place where the noise was coming from, wondering, where is my daughter? Is she here? And he was hammering towards the place where the noise was coming from. This hand here didn't understand anything. He was looking at me like, what is this person hammering like this? But when the person who was shooting him quickly came up to the guy and tried to attack him, the SWAT gun in the guy's hand hit him, killing him on the spot. Just then, our hero and friend Karan arrive. So, look at this guy. Whatever he says, it has nothing to do with me. I don't know what happened to him. Suddenly he was waiting for some girl to mention his name. He just ran and hit me. I don't know how I managed to scream like that, but that's where the witch is. So when that friend saw this, he caught the witch and tried to escape. But in the end, they caught her like this. But she cried and left. What are they trying to kill? You're starting to cry, saying, there's nothing wrong with me. So, our hero doesn't understand anything after seeing all this. Not only that, but didn't one of the soldiers who came here also die? That's why they sing his songs at his funeral and funeral? It's becoming very difficult for them. It's bad. Anyway, okay, let's continue our journey. And so, they start to move on from there. Was this priest there before he left? He comes to our hero and says that the witch is the reason for all this. She must have done it like this. She's the only one you never trust. He always seems to be caring and gives advice to everyone there. But our hero doesn't have much faith in this. He leaves from there to sing. That's when they fall in love with that witch. He's just smiling wickedly. Is this really a witch? Otherwise, I don't know what's going on. If that's the case, the next thing they do is travel and come to a bridge. That means this bridge is about to break down. It seems that only if So crosses this out can he go to the monastery. So how does this work? While everyone is afraid that the bridge will collapse, our hero bravely and slowly crosses the spot on his horse. So, if you look at that road, it must have been terribly damaged, right? However, he managed it this way and went to that side. What he says to everyone else is, "You all gather your horses and come as fast as I did. Then you can pull that cart." Over here, if you look at all of them, you can see that their horse is somehow weak. They've come with that side, and then they start pulling the cart. The two people from behind push it, while the people in front tie the rope and start pulling. While they are pulling like that, you can see that suddenly they can't manage it. But somehow they are pulling it with difficulty. But they can't, and the two people collapse and fall down. Because of this, the hand that was pushing the cart from behind must have slipped, and he lost his balance and fell down. But someone was holding him, and it was the witch. So you grabbed him by surprise and just lifted him up and put him in the closet? This guy doesn't understand anything. We don't understand anything. How could she have so much power yet manage to pull the cart together like this? That's why everyone just missed the bridge collapsing and ended up on this side. They leave behind a sense of pride saying, "Good job, nothing bad will happen to anyone," and then continue their journey again. That's why they came to a forest. So, it seems that after crossing this forest, the next thing you'll see is that temple. So I followed that path and slowly moved forward. If you look at it that way, the place itself will be filled with work. They don't know what lies ahead. So whatever our hero says, okay, then we can stay here and leave the next day, saying that they start staying in that place. So while everyone is staying there and resting, suddenly the night is like this, isn't it? That's why they brought you here, just to tell you that way, right? That is the reason Satan came here, is because this is the end of the Book of Solomon. If they could copy this and send it everywhere, they would have a way to destroy that devil, whatever it did to. Get here, it came from us. Its true purpose is to come to this place and destroy this book that is here. If it's destroyed like that, there's nothing else to stop it. So, on the other hand, it will darken this world. So, what have these monks done to prevent that from happening? They have tried to write a lot of copies of this book, but our hero asks to find out that the sick bird has died. So is this the book that the witch needs? So we need to quickly tell you the magic behind this? As I was talking like that, I heard a noise from the side. When they came to the center to see if that devil was there or not, it seemed like he had arrived at his true self with a big truck full of legs. Seeing this, Cho is shocked, and they start telling him the same thing. What it does immediately is it throws away all the books, all that copy, and it burns everything. Also, aren't all those spirits inside this monster's body gone? What it's doing is taking on a zombie-like form and coming to attack all of them. That is, for stopping this first pub. What our gang is doing right now is attacking everything, not letting them get close to that priest. If you look at all, those monks, they're going up to the top of the south. They just climb up and attack. However, our gang is not idle, and that's when our hero finds a way to fight them all. They say that if you hit them on the head, they will die, and then they do all this and everyone watches. They hit the monster on the head and kill it. At the same time, if you look at this priest, he must have been saying that very quickly, right? While he was saying that mantra, the devil came from behind, grabbed his head, twisted it, and killed him. So now the story of the priest comes to an end. So now we can finish that last book, and just as we're about to pick it up, our hero comes and attacks us. So, seeing this, Satan quickly attacked our heroine and said, "Look, I'll destroy all the copies in that book. After all, this world is mine." Just as he's about to kill our hero, our friend Karen comes up behind him and attacks him. So, let's leave our hero and now grab our friend Karen and just watch. And when the fire inside the tank is put out, he burns to ashes right there, and in the end, both of those friends die. So our hero is having a hard time. Wasn't that little boy there at the same time? Whatever he does, he picks up the book and starts reading. So he starts chanting the remaining mantra. So when the devil gets tense and tries to attack him, Our hero comes in the middle and stops him, and he fights him off, snapping both of his wings in one fell swoop. But it attacks our hero brutally in return. However, our hero doesn't let go of it and keeps holding it tightly. If you look at this hand, you can see that he recites the mantra as much as he can, and if you look at the end, he ends up reciting the full mantra. That's why that place itself becomes a model. That which must have done something to that devil's body, and it's slowly starting to burn.
Just like that.
The whole thing burned down, and only this girl fell out of it.
Got out of it.
So that devil is completely destroyed. So our hero just looks at that girl, somehow managed to save a girl. Before our hero can calm down and see what happened, our hero tells the girl to take good care of her and dies. Is this the end of all problems, or is it just a matter of time? So this girl is starting to understand everything now. That's why they take the bodies of the dead and bury them outdoors? So this feels really good. They are emotionally paying their respects to me as if they died for me. That's when the girl said her name. Okay, let's go back is my name. Suggests if you see RK in this girl, they're riding off on horseback. They are finishing this film as if the last copy of Solomon's book had arrived at that K. How was it? It was great. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like. Stay safe. Keep everything you like. Goodbye.